How do I prevent distractions and interruptions? Hi, I'm Eben Pagan, creator of the Wake Up Productive Time Management and Productivity Training Program. If you'd like to watch my 47-minute video on how to manage yourself and your time and become dramatically more productive, just go to wakeupproductive.com and enter your name and email address, and you can watch this video worth $100 for free. Okay, so let's talk about preventing distractions and interruptions. As you probably know, distraction and interruption are the ultimate time stealers. If you get interrupted or distracted, it takes 10 or 20 minutes from when you end the distraction or interruption to just come back and get back to where you were. So if you get distracted or interrupted every 10 or 20 minutes, you don't get anything done at all day, right? Who's had that experience in their lives? Well, I've discovered that there are three big distractors and interrupters in the modern work environment, especially if you work from home, especially if you work around computers, especially if you're using the internet when you're working. The big three distractors and interrupters are cell phones and text messages, instant messenger and Skype, and email. So let's talk about the three of them. Cell phones and text messages. When you have your cell phone and your text message just rolling, what does that say to the world? It says, distract and interrupt me anytime you want. It's especially bad if you actually answer your cell phone or respond to text messages very quickly. What I do is I take my cell phone and I either turn it off or I put it somewhere where I can't hear it. I never have the ringer on my cell phone because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to program people that they can call me and reach me, that they can send me a text and I'll get back to them immediately. Why? Because then they'll start expecting it and I will have to deal with their distractions and interruptions all day. So turn off the cell phone, put it on vibrate, put it outside of your range so you can't hear it. It's not around you. Don't keep it clipped to your body. And then you can work in focused chunks of uninterrupted time. The online version of this is instant messenger and Skype. Anything where you've got a status that you can leave on and people can ping you or contact you and say, hey, can I talk to you right now? The answer here is only turn on your availability a couple of times a day. Set aside blocks of time, maybe from 11 to 12 and then from 4 to 5, where you set your status as on and you're available. A nice little trick with voicemail you can do is you can set up your voicemail so that when people call you, it says, hi, I can't take your call right now. I return calls typically between 11 and 12 and between 4 and 5. I'm also available by email and instant messenger during those times. So if you want to reach me, if it's urgent, try me during one of those times or just leave me a message here and I'll get back to you during one of those times. Which is a way to program people not to just interrupt you and expect you're going to answer the phone. And it kind of programs them to expect to wait a few hours, because there's really nothing in the modern environment that can't wait at least a few hours. Now the big problem is email. Email is probably the biggest consumer of our time and our attention that exists in the modern work environment. And the trouble with email isn't just that there's a lot of it. The trouble is we get addicted to checking it. And even worse than that, we get the little alerts so that emails pop up and we see them as they're coming in. So, they go ding and then it distracts us and then we go click on it and then it pops up the email and it makes it so easy. So to prevent distraction and interruption with email, I recommend that you do a couple of things. First of all, don't have your email browser on, don't have your email window open unless you're specifically dedicating time to checking and returning emails. Especially turn off the pings and the beeps and the pop-ups, because that stuff is just a constant racket of distraction and interruption. If you're like me, you get dozens, hundreds of emails every day. And if you just do the math, if you leave on the pop-up or the ding or the beep or the thing that pings you, you're going to be distracted every few minutes all day. And it will literally destroy your productivity. Even better, borrow from the technique that I gave you a little earlier and answer emails and return calls during specific times during the day, right? I call this scheduling your interruptions. Schedule time where you're going to be doing a lot of this back and forth and where you'll make yourself available in case people need to kind of reach you in a hurry. If you start focusing on those big three distractors and interrupters, which is the cell phone, the instant messenger, and the email, and the variations of those, you'll get yourself a long way down the field to eliminating distraction and interruption. And ultimately what you want to do is you want to turn all that stuff off, and as Peter Drucker recommends, work in focused blocks of uninterrupted time of minimum 90 minutes. Right? Any of us can do that. I like to get little kitchen timers, or little digital timers for $5 or $10. You can get them on Amazon.com. Type in there an hour or 90 minutes and just turn everything off and just focus on getting one thing done. And that's really the ultimate way to prevent distraction and interruption. And finally, if you'd like to learn how to really master time management and productivity, learn how to keep yourself focused, learn how to eliminate procrastination for good, and learn how to create positive habits and eliminate negative ones, just go to wakeupproductive.com right now to watch my 47-minute video on how to manage yourself and your time and how to make yourself dramatically more productive. The video is worth $100, but you can watch it for free by just visiting wakeupproductive.com, entering your name and email address, and opting in. Of course, I'll also send you many more valuable free video trainings, and I'll also send you private invitations to listen to me interviewing some of the top experts in the world on business, marketing, success, and productivity. All for free. Just go to wakeupproductive.com, enter your name and email address to get it all right now.